us when to go on vacation. I just can't. It doesn't. Guys like us don't do that. See, in the street, you hit it with work, and you see him when you see him at a certain period of time. It's like, however you get it, you get it. You got a structured schedule. You have to be told what to do. Could you do that?
What? Got a job? I never had one in my life.
You? And Daniel went to school.
That's me.
I'm not saying like, and I and if it's
nothing wrong with a job though. But you want to get ownership.
No. This is America, the land of the free. You can be an entrepreneur. Jobs are for lazy people that don't want to invest in themselves.
But you gotta start somewhere, Dave.
You've been here for 25 years.
No, I haven't. Only been here for 4. What are you talking about?
But where else you been doing radio? You just 4 years?
No. I started in 98 as an intern. And I'm constantly working my way up. What?
I don't understand. I'm on a different planet. See, you understand? It's frustrating because.
But you act like you never worked your way up to a position. You didn't just jump out as a tycoon.
I never had a job.
But you didn't jump out as a tycoon.
Yes,
I got the oil.
Yes, I did. I went and grabbed it. Yes, I flipped
from the womb.
Yes, from the womb. I was Dame Dash the day I was born.
But you didn't have everything that you have now from the womb, Dame. That's all I'm saying.
But the way I got it was not by a job. I got it by putting up my own money, and then the more it got, like one day I have a lot of money, and then the next day I don't. You know why? Because I put it all in the street. People don't put it in the street. They don't put their own money up. So you keep saying, yo, you just started. You did. No, dog. I've always flipped.
Yeah, but some people make money.
Well, some people, legit. That's not me.
Some people make money illegit.
The way I flip is legit. Wait a second. Look what I'm doing right now. Mm-hmm. So I make a movie, right? Los Ades. I put my own money up. I make the movie, and I bag it up in $10 bottles. Mm-hmm. And I sell it.
Right.
That's it. That is the magic. Now I have a movie company because I put up the money to make it, and because I'm taking it and putting it out myself as opposed to other people, where people can just buy it right now at losadesandmovies.com for $10, and I'm making money. Mm-hmm. So if I sell 25,000, I make $250,000. If I sell 100,000, how much do I make off $10? Do you know? If I do 100,000,
$1 million.
A lot.
$1 million.
I can see why.
He didn't go to college.
A lot.
But actually, you're doing really well. But you got far. You're doing well.
But little Tyrone,
as far as Dumbo is,
little Tyrone that just got out of school
can do that.
How's he gonna get his money? He got to start somewhere.
Welcome. Kick back. Connect. Stroll. Smile. Cheer.
It's PayPal, dog. See, listen. Let's stop. Let me.
Little Tyrone.
Listen. No. Stop. Little Tyrone. Wait. Stop. Little Tyrone. Why is that the scenario you make? Is the Little Tyrone scenario?
Little Tyrone.
Let's talk about you. What about you?
Me. When I got out of college, I was doing mixtapes. I was a little different.
Right. So let's start it now.
And I own my own mixtapes.
Got you. You don't own your own mixtapes. You don't own the music.
Right.
See, you're in a fake existence, though.
Okay.
You think you own something. No, you're hustling. No, you're not. You're somewhere as a different. Listen to me.
How do you get money?
If you want me to
back again?
No.
I know you're curious. Listen. I'm going to explain it to you. The difference between me and you is you have a job. You started with a job. You still have a job, right?
How do people start without having a job?
Can I talk?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
How about this as men? Let's do the man thing.
Okay, I'm listening. Go ahead.
I appreciate that.
Good.
So, you have a job. Did you have a job 10 years ago?
Yes.
You have a job now?
Yes.
Right. 10 years ago, I didn't have a job. I started by selling records, but I made the records, and I went through the process of doing it right. So I had ownership in the records. So I never had a job. 10 years later, I still don't have a job.
How did you pay for studio time if you didn't have the job? That's what I'm asking you. How did
you stop? I'm gonna tell you. Life coach ever.
Can I stop?
I got an explanation because I don't know.
How did you want the explanation? You're talking.
I'm asking.
You're talking.
You said ask. I'm asking.
But you're not listening.
I'm listening.
How could you listen and speak at the same time?
Go ahead.
See, our perspective on things is different. So what I'm telling you is that was then. Right now, you don't need a studio to make a record. All you need is a computer, which everyone has, Pro Tools and a mic. I haven't made a record in the studio in 10 years. Mm-hmm. You know this. So stop acting like that. Also, you don't need any money for knowledge. The problem is y'all don't take the time to listen. Y'all talk too much about gossip and not about what's going to be. It's so easy. It's an internet. So there is no excusing not being able to sell something on Vimeo or PayPal, which is what people do, and have a audience and make money off it. You can flip. So when you make more money off, like, I'm not going to hold any money till I have a football team. I'm trying to flip all my money to get to $1 billion. So once I get to the football team, well, that was easy for you to say, dog, I just use my own money. And when I don't have it, y'all on the radio talking about me, right? And when I do have it, y'all asking me about other that I did, 20 years ago.
So you got it right now?
No, I don't. I got the movies on the street. I'm never going to have it because as soon as I get it, it goes on the street. I don't put up money. Saving money's for suckers to me. I have so much confidence in me that I flip. And 10 years later, and 15 years later, and 20 years later, I'm still a boss, and you still got a job. Now, wait, maybe you might want to break the cycle. Because what's going to happen now? Your kid going to grow up wanting to be like who?
His dad.
And what his dad got?
An honorable man.
What does his dad have?
What do you mean?
Money in the bank.
Stop. Stop talking to you. What does his dad have? A job.
Everything.
Your dad, you're not listening to me. Your father. Wait, listen to me.
I'm listening.
Answer.
I'll try to answer your question.
But you're not answering my question. You're saying what you want. You have a job, so your son's going to want a job. He's going to think because his daddy has a job, he should have a job. Case in point. I don't have a job. My son Boogie doesn't have a job.
Right.
That's all. I hustle for my kids. I don't want my kids to ever want to have a job.
But if my son wants a job, there's nothing wrong with my son wanting a job.
To me, it is.
Could you explain this to me too, Dave?
I don't want my son to call another man boss is calling another man daddy.
Why?
It's not for men to be told what to do by other men. That's just where Harlem is raised. So yeah, you could go be calling somebody else boss, a man, or whatever, and hustle for something you can't pass to your son, but use the little money you get from what they get. Because you gotta look at the margin. If the radio company's making $1 billion, shouldn't you be making some of that? Like somewhere near that? It's not. It doesn't make mathematical sense. The people that are spending your money don't wake up this early. I guarantee you they don't go to work 4 hours a day and break their fucking back for pennies on the dollar.
Now, what do you think about people doing things for experience? Like, say, Kanye making the transition into fashion and saying, I'm going to do an internship and get a job and work for somebody because I don't know how to do this. Or say your son said, I'm going to have my own, we're opening up our own restaurant, our own store where we sell these cookies, but I need to go work someplace first so I can learn all the ins and outs of how everything operates. You think that's a smart thing to do?
I think being an intern, for me, the best way to learn is to go put your own money up and do it yourself, to be honest. But, like, Kanye is a legend and something else. Mm-hmm. So in that respect, yeah, you could do that because you know your kids is all right. Because you were like, there are things like when I do art, I don't collect it for immediate money. It's not going to pay my kids' bills now, but it might pay my grandkids' bills later. There's certain things I do for like when I did. I don't think. I think you have to practice what you want to be. I don't think rehearsing, being told what to do is the best way to become a boss. I think the best way to become a boss is to take $20 and go buy something like 3 shirts and sell them for and make it into 40. And like I've taught my son Lucky, the reason why I have a gallery is so a storefront is so that my kid Lucky could sell something but not drugs. So in the summertime he sits in front of the gallery and sells hats and goes to the store and he learns how it feels to make money on its own. And he knows that he can sell something and make a margin. And then he takes the money that he makes and he has to take me, Ava, and Raquel to eat for the day. So when he stays with me, I make him, he can't eat, we eat cereal, and we can't eat until he sells a certain amount of hats.
I agree with that. I think,
but you can't do that in someone else's store.
No, I agree with that.
Let me finish. And now with my daughter, same thing. She got to, this is Ava. Mm-hmm. She got to sit there, but look what I get to see. I'm sitting out there with her, me and Rocky, and some little punk, little dude come up, like, I don't know what Popperton is, but can I have your number? And I get to yell at the guy, and I would never let my daughter bring home a corny-ass dude like you with ashy ache, like all that. Mm-hmm. And then I get those experiences with her. And I get to see how people taking her serious. Like, she gets to see all those things with me.
No, I agree with you.
I have a gallery in China, so what did I do? I brought Boogie, and I brought Ava to China. Mm-hmm. So she's 14 years old. She already been to China. Boogie already DJ'd in China. I brought Rocky, showed her art all over in China already. When you own stuff, you can do what you want with it. I got a club. How many parties we threw this week? Like 3, right?
3.
I just been home a week, every day, screenings in the club, just because I own it.
Where the club at, Harlem?
Lenora. Okay. Why I gotta be Harlem? Because I'm black? Black man can't own the club out of Harlem. I'm just playing. I own a piece of it, little piece. It's No's Club. Lenora's is No's Club. I own a piece.
But I agree with that. I think we
that's what I'm saying.
Should do that.
So mentality-wise, to stop the cycle, for your kids, you don't want your kid to think his hero should have a boss. Superman didn't have a boss. Batman didn't have a boss. So I want my kids to look at me like a superhero. How can a superhero be told what to do? Mm-hmm. Are you a superhero to your kid?
Absolutely.
Not when your boss is in the room.
No, I'm still up.
No, you're not.
You see, we're gonna be on a different level. But see, there's a difference because I don't have to. I don't do anything because have to.
Man, if y'all don't,
no, it's the truth. But I agree with you.
Are you gonna put the money up for Mook and Drake to battle? You gonna put that together?
If Drake will step up, we'll organize it. I'm sure amongst my Harlem friends we could get that up. Of course. The thing is, I think Drake made a fundamental mistake in battling. He challenged Mook. See, in the street, you can't challenge somebody and take back the challenge.
Right.
So now that, and this is from what I've heard, so it ain't no disrespect to Drake, but I think he said something on emotion, on a business level. His people told him, yo, you got too much to lose. So what I told Mook was, Drake's not going to battle you till you're richer than him. And that'll be next week.
Okay.
Did I not?
Yeah, you said that.
Until Drake has something to lose, he's not going to. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't advise. It's like, dog, it's like going to a dice game where you got $1 million in your pocket and it's only $100 between everybody. You know, that's how they're looking at it. Like, you ain't got nothing to win.
He wants to do it, though.
He wants to do it, but I think he's being advised not to. But whenever he's ready, like just how I like the way Floyd did it with Pacquiao. He let everybody talk, and then he actually made sure that it was done correctly by having a direct conversation, no chatty patty ones, with Pacquiao, and then it happened, and the timing is right. So when it's time for full, like I almost would prefer them to battle when he has more to lose, because right now, if I'm Drake, see the way I do when I challenge somebody, I think I put my eyeballs in their eyeballs, you know, in their skull. So if I'm Drake, I'm like, I'm not battling Murder Mook. Nobody really knows him but people that battle. And if he wins, now he's the underdog. You never fight the underdog because you have nothing. If he wins, he's Drake. If he loses, now he's the guy that beat Drake. But if Mook is bigger than Drake and they both are making money doing other things, that's a battle.
Right.
So I don't anticipate, you can talk about it all day, but as a strategic thing, if I was in his camp, I wouldn't advise Drake. I would say, yo, stop talking when you're drunk. And let's make money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure someone older than him said that based on his actions. But when he's ready, as gentlemen, I think we should have a battle, and I think we'll be just as big as Pacquiao and Floyd. But you have to be Pacquiao before you fight Floyd.
And technically, Floyd was a little chatty patty because he brought up the fact that Pacquiao may be on steroids.
Pacquiao, just like you saying, like no boss. I'm Floyd in what I do. Period. It's no.
Okay, stop. You have more money than Floyd.
It don't matter. This is what I do.
It's not an argument. It's a perspective. See, that's for people with love. What I'm saying is, Floyd. No one listened to Floyd till he was rich. Floyd wasn't Floyd till Floyd beat.
Each year, 95% of homeowners won't have a claim. But if you do, with Allstate, your rates won't go up just because of it. Good dog.
Yes, you're listening to Dame Dash interview on the Breakfast Club. Now let's get back to Dame Dash.
What's his name? That Pacquiao beat. What's his name? Chavez, right? No.
De La
Hoya. Until Floyd beat, because I was the first person to sponsor Floyd. I always knew he was going to be great. So I used to put Rockwear on him a long time ago. He used to come to my house and all these kind of things, and we would talk. But no one would pay attention to Floyd till Floyd had something to give them. So you're not Floyd until you got money like Floyd or the money a champ had. You're going to have money like Floyd. But Pacquiao, you're not Pacquiao. When I say until you're Pacquiao, Floyd wasn't listening to Pacquiao till Pacquiao beat all these people. Then he became Pacquiao. So you starting as a person that's from the street, you don't have as much money as someone that's successful yet, but they're not going to fight you till you have as much or more than they do. They're not going to fight you until they have something to gain. It's a one-sided situation in this fight right now. To him, he's saying he has an art, a war. He's like all day he battles mentally. Like when we on the set, like I'll keep him. Like I don't like him because he always wants to figure it out, and we, that's what we do. And right now for the sport, he's like I need to show. He challenged him, but Drake's not in it like that. For the sport he wants to do, but he's making a lot of money doing shows. If you kill him, he's not going to make no more money doing shows. You could f*** his career up like that. So he's not going to f*** his career up unless it's way more on the line.
But
you killing him, you killing him.
The point I was making though is that I understand, but that's like if he coming into what I do, right? So what I do,
you the best.
I'm the best in what I do.
Talk skill
So
sets.
if he coming in, I don't care what kind of money he got, But if
you don't, but what does he care? Be him for a second.
But he should have said nothing.
Okay,
so if you in my field,
do me a favor. Pretend you him for a second. Stop being you.
If you in my field,
but what's he saying? Now be Drake, and I'm your manager.
I can't be Drake.